Just got finished eating Mexican, but I want to drop this quick little video while I have time today to talk about the first step to dieting, because a lot of you guys might see, you know, I'm going to Mexican, I'm going out to eat, I'm eating these amazing foods. But what you guys don't understand, whenever you want to get lean, you want to get a six-pack, when you're first trying to lose weight, you don't want to go out to eat, right? You know, one thing I talk about all the time is sustainable weight loss. What do I mean by that? Well, it means that you're able to do it for the long term. You don't just lose weight and put it back on. It means, all right, that whenever you lose your next 30 pounds, 2 years from now, you kept it off, right? It's sustainable. It works. There goes my mom driving past, or my sister and my mom. But it means that it works. It lasts for the long term. And so there are levels to this game, to fitness, especially whenever you want to make it a lifestyle and you're not just trying to crash diet and do what a lot of you guys do, where you lose weight, you get busy with the family, you put it back on, and then you feel horrible about yourself. Whenever you want to lose weight and you want to keep it off long term, there are levels. And so a lot of you guys already went through level one, all right? Level one is you lose weight, you do it the wrong way, you realize that your body is capable of losing weight, and then you put it back on. And that's level one. That's where most people start. Now, I've noticed after coaching, you know, hundreds of clients, that one of the biggest things that a lot of them kind of struggle with is the struggle in the initial part of their dieting and their weight loss. And so what does this mean? It means that they tried in the past and they failed multiple times, maybe once, maybe twice, maybe 5 times. My client Kevin, he's down, you know, almost 40 pounds. He struggled for 10 years, you know, 5 to 10 years. My client Josh, he didn't lose. He's down to like 112 pounds with me, 115 pounds, but he's in his 30s. He's always struggled with his weight until that point, right? And so you got to think, that's, let's say, you know, 10 years old. By the time he's 15, he starts getting self-conscious. That's like 15-year struggles, right? And so that's level one, is like, okay, I have a problem. Let me try to figure it out on my own. You lose weight, you put it back on. Level one is usually like, realize my body can lose weight, but I can't keep it off, right? It's the struggle aspect. Now, level two is where you lose weight, but you have to be a little bit more disciplined, right? This is why a lot of people don't get to level two. A lot of people want to lose weight, but they don't want to be disciplined, right? They want to get to my level, right? They want to get to the level to where on a Sunday after church, you can just go and go to Mexican and know whenever you step on the scale, you're still going to have a six-pack and abs and be ripped. But I've been doing this for 10 years, guys. I've been doing this for 10 years. A lot of you guys want to jump to chapter 10 whenever you're only at chapter 2, right? And so when it comes to getting results in your fitness, you got to go on levels. Now, level 2 is where a lot of you guys need to be. A lot of you guys are not. And so I'm going to talk about that. And I'm going to talk about this mainly about nutrition, because that's the biggest thing that you guys need to focus on anyway. Going to the gym is easy. Fucking go to the gym 3 days a week, full body, bam, you get results, get stronger. Now, the nutrition aspect is it's the most boring part. You got to get dialed in, okay? My client Josh lost 70 pounds in 6 months. Why? After struggling for, you know, 15 plus years, did he lose 70 pounds in 6 months and he went on to lose over 100 pounds? It's because he didn't jump the gun. Level 1. Level 2. Level 2 in your fitness journey is to the point where you got to be dialed in. And I still do this to this day. It actually makes it easier. A lot of you guys don't need to be going out to eat, right? A lot of you guys are like, well, it's flexible dieting. It's calories in versus calories out. But you guys are good at keeping the calories out, right? And being in that deficit for a week or two. And then you get carried away, and then you eat the chips at night, and then you eat the brownies, and you go out to eat, and next thing you know, you're up 10 pounds and you only lost 8 to begin with, right? And then people want to say calories in versus calorie deficit doesn't work for me. No, your eating habits don't work for you. That pizza doesn't work for you. That burger doesn't work for you. Your poor eating habits after being successful for 3 days does not work for you. Calorie deficit definitely works. It's the law of thermodynamics. And so it has to work. If calorie deficit doesn't work, you're just going to stay overweight. Everybody around here, including myself, would either perpetually be skinny or perpetually be overweight. And so that's just something that a lot of overweight people who struggle, they just kind of fall victim to, well, it might work for you. It doesn't work for me. Okay. I've worked with over 300 clients, and trust me, you're not the 0.05%, okay, that the calorie deficit just decided not to work on. And so I'm going to tell you your problem if you're in this position. You're not dialed in. And what does it mean to be dialed in? It means eating the same thing every day. Doesn't mean eating boring. It does not. You can have fun foods. You can have enjoyable foods, but you have to eat those every day. You know, if you like your wife to make you freaking steak with potatoes or tater tots and like different things like that at night, and it hits your calories, eat that every day, right? Don't allow so much variety. Like when I'm cutting weight, I like to fast for about 6 hours in the morning. I like to have about 5 eggs with some bacon. I don't really like carbs as my first meal to break my fast. And then I'll have about 12 ounces of steak with tater tots of all things and some ketchup with the tater tots. And then I'll have a late night dark chocolate. Like that's my cutting. Like that's how I get freaking shredded. Is that boring? No, a lot of you guys could actually follow that. Is it expensive? It can be, trust me. But finances aside, a lot of you guys would really enjoy that, like the food and the way it tastes. And you guys can do that same thing. Like if you want to go to Chipotle every day, or you guys want to go, somewhere every day, something that you can eat every single day. That's what dialed in is. It's in a calorie deficit, it's hitting your protein goal, and you have energy, and you're losing weight. If you hit those 4 numbers, and sometimes you're not going to have energy right off the bat during the adjustment phase, but after the adjustment period, once you feel good, you don't feel like complete total crap from under eating. Make sure your calories are dialed in, you're not severely under eating. Once you have all of those things in, level 2 is like, okay, I failed in the past, I'm ready to actually see results. Let me come up with a solution. I'm going to eat this food, and this food in this order every single day for the next week, right? And then so like every Sunday, come up with a new game plan, right? Or every 2 weeks, right? Eat the same thing for 1 to 2 weeks, and then come up with a game plan, and then eat that same thing for every 1 to 2 weeks. Make sure it's hitting your calories, make sure you're in a deficit, make sure it's actually getting you results, and then you won't feel the need to like have a massive cheat meal. Right? And then once a week, every Friday or Saturday, or whenever you and your girl go out on your dates, right? Maybe your wife, your kids, you want to go out, you want to have a good time, eat 200 calories more for a refeed to refuel from eating in a deficit. And then that next day or that same day, go hit a workout, right? On your refeed day. And so like these are like simple strategies, but realistically, the number one strategy that my clients are getting the best results with is number 1, eating the same thing every day, making sure it's enjoyable so that you don't burn out after 3 days and then you fall off, you overeat, you freaking, you don't get results after all. And then number 3, it helps your training. You actually still feel good. You don't feel like crap. And then number 4, have a refeed. And so this means that basically have 200 more calories once a week. Have one day, like let's say you're eating 1,700 calories to lose weight, have one day where you have 1,900 calories, and make sure these 200 calories come from carbohydrates so that you can refuel the glycogen and the energy stores in your muscle, so that this refeed actually helps your training, so you put on more efficient muscle, better performance while losing the body fat. And so like this is level 2, guys. A lot of you guys could go here and you guys could lose your next 50 pounds just following this strategy. Get dialed in. If you have 1 week where you're like, oh man, I ate the same thing, last week with the same calories, but I didn't lose any weight. Just keep doing the same thing. Don't change the foods, don't change the calories, don't change anything, because sometimes at this level when your body is adjusting, I've literally had clients where they gain a pound in a week, and I'm like, yo, we're not gonna change anything, we're not gonna move anything. And the next week, they lose an extra 3 pounds. So now they're down a total of 2 pounds within a 2-week period, and they're right back on track. You guys need to quit making adjustments so quick. You need to eat the same thing every day to be dialed in, and quit trying to be like, yeah, man, but I want to be flexible, man. I want to lose weight, and I want to go out with my kids and be able to go to the baseball game and have the hot dogs. And you can do those things once you're down your first 30 pounds. But a lot of people, before they even start their fitness journey, they're already trying to do what advanced level strategy do. Like, I've been tracking my calories for 10 years. I've been going to the gym for 10 years. I've been freaking like in a deficit and in a surplus and controlling my nutrition for 10 years. So of course I can come to a Mexican restaurant with my family on a Sunday and know what I can eat for the rest of the day to stay in a deficit if I was losing body fat. I've been doing this for 10 years. I put the reps in. But so many of you guys are trying to jump the gun and you're not, pacing yourself. right? And I've had people, I'm not gonna lie, I've had people come into the program and I try to teach them this and they're like, yeah, man, but it's just so boring. And success is boring. If there's one thing I want you guys to understand, success is boring, right? Why do you think they call, vices such a bad thing, but they feel so good? Well, if these vices that are so bad but feel so good, like too much alcohol or partying or staying up late or video games or lots of food, anything could be a vice, right? And all these things that feel so good but they're pulling you away from your goals, if that is that, and success is the total opposite of that, understand that success comes from doing the boring task every single day as consistently as possible to get results. And so eating the same thing every day for 1 to 2 weeks and then making the adjustments to keep it a little bit fresh, doing the same workout routine for 4 weeks straight, and then doing the same 10,000 steps for 4 weeks straight. Like, if you guys could just understand that success is a culmination of time mixed with a bunch of boring habits, and that's what's going to get you the result, a lot of you guys will be a whole lot farther than where you are right now. You guys and a lot of you guys, because a lot of you guys, I coach individuals who are 30, 40, 50 years old, who have families, who work 40 to 60 hour, weeks. And a lot of you guys understand this concept with your job and with your career and how you got to the success that you're at now and how you have this amazing relationship like you do now, right? And getting in shape will help that relationship go even better. But why don't you put the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. But a lot of people want to take, their fitness and the foundations that got them successful in their career and make it two different things. Like, the reason I'm so good at business at such a young age is because I was so good at my fitness journey, right? But if I was so good at business and then I wanted to start a fitness journey, I would also take those habits, routines, and that mindset towards my fitness journey. A lot of you guys are good at one area without understanding, like, you could take the same habits or routines from that area and put it into your fitness journey. You could go super far. And so understanding that mindset on top of the level 2 habits of, like, eat the same thing for 1 to 2 weeks, do the same workout routine and get progressively stronger for the next 4 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks, walk 10 to 12,000 steps every day for the next 4 weeks. You guys could literally just follow that advice and literally, I'm not even joking, could literally be down 5 to 10 pounds, depending on your starting point. Like, if you're 280 pounds and you're 5'11", and you do what I just told you and you eat in that deficit, they dial in for the next 4 weeks, you could be down 10 pounds just because you have your body fat level, right? Because you're so far from where your body wants to be. Even though the simplest things for a consistent amount of time can get you results, right? You could be 175 pounds, pretty lean, do this for the next 4 weeks, and be down 3.5 to 5 pounds in leaner and see your six-pack coming through. Like, it's that simple. And I've been doing this for 10 years, and I still, when I go to cut weight, I do that. And I do it aggressively, though. I do super low calories. You guys don't need to be doing that. Once again, I'm up here with my experience. You guys are, like, down here. And that's why you're listening to me. And so don't do the aggressive part. But I'll do this. Like, I'll get super dialed in, and I'll push as hard as I can for 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks, and I'll cut for 6 to 8 weeks, and I'll lose 10 to 15 pounds. And I usually start my cuts at, like, 12 to 15% body fat. So that's actually quite a bit of weight at that low body fat. So you guys could literally get amazing results just doing this. But you guys, I gotta actually do it, right? And so take this advice. Go back, watch this video 2-3 times, take notes, implement. We don't have an application issue, or we don't have an education issue. We have an application issue. So apply what I just taught you here, guys, and then let me know what you think. Make sure, if you guys want help or you want advice, follow me on TikTok and Instagram at BT Shreds. If you want to know how to spell it, it's BTSHREDZZ. I am always on TikTok. I'm not really on Instagram right now. So if you have any questions, message me on TikTok. Tell me you're coming from this video. And if you have any questions on how I can help you lose weight, like my client Josh and Kevin and Brian Goggin, he just lost 100 pounds himself, working 40 to 60 hour weeks as well. So if you guys have any questions or anything, you want help, you want advice, you just have personal questions at all about your fitness, nutrition, mindset, shoot me a message there and we'll go from there. Peace, love, protein. I appreciate you guys. Make sure to subscribe. I post Monday and Thursday every single week on fitness, nutrition, mindset to help you guys grow for completely free. Peace.